population out there.
Welcome back to part two. We came back for second part. Part one was amazing. I think this is gonna be good. Stay tuned.
Buckle up. That was my.
I got my safety harness on. So.
Safety first. Safety means.
I got my
Shout out.
the Hans device.
That's a little D villain for you right there with his safety meetings all the
Oh,
time.
you take safety meetings? Yeah, this was like a Queasy put us on the safety meetings with our
Straightening out the promoters.
Yeah, our boy
and
Arcade.
whatnot.
You know, he comes through and just he does a lot, man. He's a big artist that's up and coming, man. I mean, like we're trying to get him out there, man. His music's great. You know, he came out to Wild Greg's last night, man. He threw like $300 on a bull riding contest.
Absolutely.
You know, so I mean, he does a lot to help us.
We support the artists that help us.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. He's a great musician, man, in all ways, shapes, or forms. So, you know, and that's the same thing he works with Queasy as far as, you know, the way he does his music, you know, his scratching and everything, dude, it's perfect, dude. There's nothing like it the way that you know, he puts out the music as far as, you know, on the turntables, and then, you know, the artists we're going to bring in, you know, we're going to start a record company. It's going to be Triple Tower Records. I mean, we have some big artists in the future that we're going to be signing on that we actually have connections to now that, you know, there's a lot of people that create music out there. Tons of people create music every single day. I mean, just now, in the last second, someone probably created 5 songs, you know, and we want the best of the best, you know, and we want that presence, man. We want to be like the Richard Bransons. You know, he started Virgin Records, man. He has Virgin Airlines. He has Virgin Galactic, Virgin Atlantic, all those different things.
It's a Virgin conglomerate.
Yeah, it's a conglomerate, you know, and it's a whole group of different businesses, man, you know, and that's what we want to do. You know, that's as far as a part of our vision, you know, on where we want to go. I mean, it's so much bigger than that, you know.
Absolutely.
Where are you wanting to get these artists from? Are you going to have auditions in the upcoming future, or is it just going to be word of mouth, going to shows, doing your scouting?
Well, I mean, as far as when it comes to like local, you know, artists and whatnot that you're talking about with scouting, and from as far as Triple Tower Entertainment, we're going to be actually starting next week, not this coming weekend at the College Throwdown, but next week we're going to be starting an amateur artist night. It's going to be a music appreciation night from Triple Tower to show all the local artists that they are appreciating and what they're doing in the streets and with promoting and whatnot, what they're trying to do to be noticed. We're going to help them get noticed. We have the exposure. We want to make the believers. Everybody come together, and we can just create something that's unstoppable.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're going to be doing here soon, we're planning it now, it's a Gulf Coast showcase, and it's going to be a showcase that we do at the fairgrounds that involves, you know, over 100 artists, you know, and they bring their friends and family out. You know, we have a couple producers that are really big in the industry come out to watch these people perform 3 or 4 songs, you know, and get exposed. You know, because there's a lot of great people out there that never get the chance because their pockets aren't big enough to find that exposure. You know, as much as they hustle and they get it out there, you know, there's a lot of great people. You know, I know people that can just freestyle really good that are better than half the people on the radio. You know, and you know, we want to do some battle scene. You know, get into the rap battle scene because that's a big scene and there's not a scene here, so we want to create it. And there's definitely a scene, you know, around the surrounding areas of Atlanta and Fort Worth and places like that. You know, we have an artist, Drew Barker, that we would like to sign. He's absolutely
Stay
great.
Fresh Alliance, shout out.
Absolutely great, man. He's big with the college scene, and you know he's an entrepreneur himself. But the way he makes his music, it's like a Mac Miller, but it's unique in itself. You know, and that's something that we really want to. And, you know, he's down to help us out, and he shows us so much love, man. So we're gonna show the love back, man. And you know, if people have ideas, you know, come to us. You know,
Absolutely.
we're gonna work on those ideas. We're gonna make them happen. You know,
Capitalize on those ideas.
If it makes you happy, let us know, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it out.
Yes.
You know, and we're gonna do everything that we can to make it work and to make it the best experience possible in every single way, every aspect.
Is it just hip hop artists that y'all are looking for?
No,
It's not. No, not at all. Actually, like with our entertainment division, we have our DJ Queasy, Patrick down here. He actually is the entertainment director, and he's going to be scouting artists from country to hip hop to trap to hip hop, everything. I mean,
to
I said
rock
hip-hop
music.
songs. I meant to rock music, but
Punk
either way, I
music.
mean, like there's going to be all kinds of diversity of music.
Where's this? So y'all are gonna be doing this starting next week. Y'all are gonna be doing this every single week, one day of the week.
Yeah, every Friday night. I
Well,
mean,
and also we have our locked in meeting on Wednesdays, the Buck Wild Wednesdays.
yeah. So
Shout
I
out
mean,
to Wild Greg.
yeah, shout out to Wild Gregs. I mean, anywhere that we can put these artists in front of our crowd to get exposure, we want to do that.
Where's
You
this
know?
gonna be at?
The music appreciation. We're gonna do it at Castaways
We're gonna do
because
our own
it's
venue.
just beautiful. It's a beautiful place. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, when we do our college nights, I mean, it's such a good layout. Like downstairs, you know, we have a big dance party. Upstairs, we have our beer pong party games and stuff. And then we have Jordan Valley Hookah Lounge. You know, they set up, man. You know,
Yes.
they do a lot for us. You know, Jordan Valley Hookah Lounge it's a great thing. You know, just to have. You know, I guess a lot of military people love hookah.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know. Do y'all like hookah? Have you
Well,
ever
it's
tried
probably
hookah?
because tobacco's not tested. It's just another way.
Right. Well, I mean, aside from that, it's a trend that's going on now.
Right.
You know, with everybody that's around here and everybody that comes to our events, they know that trend exists, and they know that Triple Tower Entertainment is providing Jordan Valley Hookah in the same building. And we basically pull the whole chill crowd to everybody else that just wants to get down and party with Triple Tower.
Absolutely.
TT gang, man.
That's so badass.
It is awesome. Man.
It's
Like,
very
we get
well
to
said,
involve-
too.
Thank you. Like, we get to involve everyone that we appreciate in our business.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of people out there that have came to us and like, hey man, you know, we want to do this, we want to DJ for you, or we want to, you know, hey, I have this service that I offer or whatever. But they don't show us support for any of our events. They're never at our events. They're never, you know, they basically just want like a hand me out. You know, like dude, you don't even show support. Why are we gonna bring you on to something that is growing to be something that's very huge, very different, and to be the people that do it in Pensacola. I mean, as far as where we're at, man, we are succeeding in a way that no one else has ever done. People told us that, hey guys, y'all could never pack out Castaways.
They did say that.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
what do we do?
we packed it out. I mean, the reputation wasn't there. What do? We changed it.
Right, and what will we continue to do?
Pack it out.
And we will continue to change that reputation. And that's what the mindset is that we were like instilling everybody with the listeners and you guys. Again, like that's what they need to know is that we will continue to do it. Consistency.
What's
is what
that
we
guy?
capitalize on.
What's that guy that's on TV, man? He does the bar rescue.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, that guy. That's how I feel. I know that's how you feel.
Yeah.
We do bar rescues, man. We can go in any venue and we'll build it up, man.
Because it's not the venue's fault. It's really just the exposure to the venue, and that's what we capitalize on. Is getting the people and the supporters involved.
Changing the atmosphere, man. You know,
Changing the game.
if they have problems where they're lacking on, when we do an event, we understand where they're failing at, where we're failing at. So we're going to work with them to fix that problem to make it the best possible experience that you can have when you go to a party. You know, there's a lot of clubs that you can go to. You know, they have $2 drinks or $1 drinks or whatever, but you know, it's just not a good atmosphere. You don't want to be there. You know, or their service sucks. You know. We let them know what they need to work on, and they work well with us together on building the best thing that can happen. You know, so what we're doing now is just it's so unique and it's so just new to the game on what we're doing. If we're bringing artists or doing club appearances or whatever, you know, I told Rodney and everybody else that I want to bring like Channing Tatum to the beach.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
how big would that
Absolutely.
be?
Right.
We just told Channing Tatum, hey man, we're gonna pay him to
Yeah.
come out and take his shirt off and just do a walkthrough to the club.
Right.
You know, how
Yeah.
big would that be?
Right.
Huge.
Yeah, girls love him.
Yeah. The fucking place would be packed.
Yeah, slammed. I'm pretty sure the toll bridge would be shut down if Channing Tatum walked through there. You know, so
Exactly, and that's a factor we've joked about in the past. But like even you guys can appreciate the fact that if we brought Channing Tatum to the beach, you would know it would be packed. I mean, it's not a gay thing, it's not like a bisexual thing, but it's kind
He's a
of
handsome
funny.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, bringing that up, it just kind of goes back on my previous point.
No,
Yeah, you're
no,
right.
no. I
You're totally
completely
right.
understand it, but
We're
like,
looking at the aspect of it.
Exactly,
That's what the biggest
exactly,
thing is about.
exactly. It's
That's what I
perspective.
enjoy. It's perspective, and that's perspective from the consumers. And honestly, we respect them the most because they are what builds us as a company. We grow every day because of our consumers and supporters.
I don't want to keep harping back to this, but I just find it really interesting with all the local artists that we know and all the local artists that we see downtown all the time. So I'm sorry I keep on harping back to this thing that y'all are doing every week.
No, it's very
But-
relevant.
But what is the the end goal for the artists that come on the show? Is it going to be like a competition, and then eventually you pick a couple of artists that you want to sign for the
Well,
label?
yeah, exactly. That's really a thing. I mean, we didn't want to come out there and say that, because we are building our record company. It hasn't been exposed. A lot of people, this is probably the first time people are hearing that we're starting a record label, but we want to look for the best. And we know a lot of good artists. I know y'all have had, Jassy on here, J Make 'Em Listen Gibson, and D Villain on here. Those are great artists. And they have real talent. But they don't get the exposure because, they open up for artists, but the people are really there for the artists. And, if we can help with managing and promoting them in a different way and getting them out there to a new crowd, that's what we want to do. We want to expose these artists and their music to a different crowd.
Right. I mean, there's obviously already a select few people in this town that really want to do something. Like really actually want to step up to the plate and make something happen, and they're not scared of the fact that they will lose. You could even lose your home, you can lose your car, you can lose your, I mean, your financials, anything you do. But like they're not scared of the obstacles that you have to overcome when it comes to being a local entrepreneur, and that's why we want to support everybody that's here. And with the strength in numbers, I believe that it will become very effective in the future.
I feel like. Sorry, I just cleared my throat right in the microphone.
My throat.
Do you feel like in a way that you've cornered the market? Because, like we've talked about before, that Pensacola Beach is always voted one of the top 5 most beautiful beaches in the United States,
Absolutely.
in the world, whatever it might be. But like we've talked about before, there's no nightlife there really.
Mm-hmm.
You might have Captain Fun's or
Yeah, we actually talked
like a little bar scene.
Right.
But as far as like events, like y'all are talking about starting to put on, there's no, there's nothing like that. There's nobody that puts on. I mean, you might have the biggest thing you might have out there is Flounders puts on a wet T-shirt contest.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's it.
You're right, and like there's not a lot of local companies that people have to actually like go and support. There's not.
Right. So y'all are super open to suggestion about.
Absolutely. We want to use the community, we have people ride us, man, and, me and him talked about this today. People ride us and be like, hey, man, is it packed yet?
Right, like, see, if you would just understand, as the consumer, we are just like any other bar member, but see, we're adding the flair that you want to add as a consumer at your age, because a lot of venues that we go to, guys, you got to admit, like, they've been established venues for a long time. They're ran by some guy that looks like he's in Miami Vice and he's 50-something years old.
Absolutely.
Right. So, like, what we're saying is we're bringing that new triple tout flair to the whole venue. And they're corresponding with us when it comes to drink specials. And they're working with us when it comes to promotions. And we're doing this for you. Like, we're not going to go there and party ourselves. We're doing this for the people that we know that were like us, man. They had that mindset, and they worked at that place they didn't like. And they went to that school where they wanted to graduate and get this and get that. Well, you got to understand that you just really got to make yourself happy before you can even live up your full potential.
Yeah, like when people come into our club or event, that we're doing, we go up to them and we shake their hands, introduce ourselves, and we buy them a drink. We give them a free shot. That goes a long way with people,
Pay it forward.
We're thanking them for coming and really showing them a good time to make sure that, oh, hey, man, you're not getting your drink on time? Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you a drink right now. It's on the house,
right. You make us, we don't make you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're the reason that we're growing so big, so our followers that, it's all about our brand, man. If they're following our brand, we're going to really take care of them, and I mean, we have some huge things for the future on what we want to do. Like I said, Triple Tower Records, we want to get into the airlines, gyms, whatever, and
Embrace Love Foundation.
Yeah, Embrace Love, we want to do, let's say you want to have a bachelor party. We're able to do that. You want to have a birthday party and you have a daughter that's 6 years old, we can do it. You want to have a beautiful wedding, we can make it happen. Just absolutely anything that you can imagine, corporate events, if someone in Japan called us and said, hey, we're a big corporation, we're a multi-billion-dollar company, we want to do a big thing for our company, a big party just to thank everybody for coming, we can make it happen,
Right. And even though we don't have that capital, we have that system that it takes to make that investment, that return. We do.
And we're building the capital now, with everything that we do is a step farther towards the future. It's a step towards the future on what we're doing. And the next 2 years, we're already owning the market now here, but we want to completely own it. Like everybody, if you have anything that you want to do, just come to us. We're gonna make it happen, and we're not gonna, we've had tons of people that come up, man, and they overcharge us. And if you tax somebody too much, you're only going to work for them that one event. But if you give us a reasonable price, you're going to stick with us through the future. You're going to be on our go-to call list. When we need something, you're going to be the person we call because you took care of us. We're going to take care of you throughout the whole entire future. There's money to be made always.
Absolutely.
But if you don't, why do we need you, man? You're taxing us right off the bat. We're in this together. We just want to make sure everybody's always happy and we have a good team and we're just doing it right, man, because we really care about people, and we're definitely going to be doing a lot of different other charity things, I really
we're going to get more involved in the community, really. Like, I know that everyone thinks that we're just about the nightlife, but really Triple Tower Entertainment, like we stated before in this broadcast, is that it's a conglomerate of entertainment. Like, it's all types of entertainment, whether it be raunchy, whether it be professional, whether it be just for fun. Yeah, and basically the services are built on the happiness of the human being race. I mean, like, that's literally all we're doing. As we are embracing love, we're spreading love, we are doing what we need to do, and we are making this entertainment life a part of people's real opinions, real thoughts. Like, they build us, we don't build them.
Exactly. You're an artist. Let's say you're an artist and you perform, and all you have is your little mixtape, But if you want a music video, we can make it happen.
Absolutely.
You want some promo pics, you want a promo package together, or a company calls us and they say, hey man, we want you to go to these different shows and set up a stand with some girls and promote our company. We can do that for other businesses. We should be advertising, promoting other businesses that are failing, like a pizza joint that's not doing that well. They need the exposure. Absolutely. And it's just because they're not succeeding. They have the greatest pizza on the planet. There's a bar that's off Cervani Street called the Elbow Room. I don't know if you ever heard of the Elbow Room. I know it is, yeah. Yeah, absolute most fantastic pizza of all time, And they could be slammed always if people knew about it. It's in a bad side of town, but still, I mean, it's a great atmosphere. I mean, you go in there and there's red lights. They have tons of board games, but they have the absolute best pizza ever.
Right, and the consistency doesn't die for that venue. I mean, that venue's been there. Exactly. And they will continue to be there, just like the way we're here, and we're going to continue to be here. I mean, we have college throwdowns every Saturday at Castaways. Shout out Pensacola Beach and the Boulevard, but we also have Wild Gregs, Buck Wild Wednesdays that we do. I mean, Triple Tower is going to be a part of every city and every major state. Like, we are going to be. That's what our mindset for us. Like, if we do not do that, what else are we going to do? And I'll tell you one or two things. We'll either give it 110% or we'll fail.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to hire, promoters all over the United States. Let's say you're a college student and, you're not making any money. You don't have a job, but you're working your ass off in college and you're paying your damn fraternity or sorority fees. We're going to give you a little side job to make a little extra $800 a month. $800 a month.
Just to give your friends $1,000.
I mean, we're going to have bigger expansion in the company where you can move up if you want to make this like a career. But as a side job, a little $800 a month goes a long way for a lot of people,
Absolutely.
Back, 3-4 years ago, I would love to have an extra $1,000 a month all the time, I'd be a badass, I'd be, blowing my money everywhere just because, I have it. Of course I'm going to party if I'm in college, and that's their party money. And that way they take the slack off their parents if their parents are paying for everything, and just there's a future in this, and we want to do it all. So,
is there any fear as far as establishing, like, let's just say, for instance, with the Wild Grade, the Buck Wild thing, is there any fear that ever it would get so big to where Wild Grades would say, why go through Triple Tower to continue to do this when we already have our name out there?
Well, see, I love the fact that you actually brought that out, because, like, that is the, me with the director of promotions, like, that is our number one fear. Like, basically, why would the venue need you after the couple of, weeks or months that you provided them with the
you grew the company.
Right, you grew the company, so, like, why would you need you? Well, see, that's what boils down to basically the core of Triple Tower Entertainment is that we're not only talking about doing all these things, we actually have all these tools in place.
It's an experience, man.
It's realizing that the bar only sells alcohol.
Yeah, they don't
The
offer the experience.
They
The
know what we bring to the
But
table,
the
and they
atmosphere.
tell us,
But we
yes.
go to a bar and think
Yes.
the alcohol is part of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is part
You
of
don't
alcohol.
even think about it
But
at the bar. As a
it's
consumer,
all-
you don't.
The only thing the bar is supplying is the building and the alcohol.
The venue.
Whatever
That's
goes
it.
into it is what makes it that fun time that you went to in the
Right.
first
With
place.
Triple
But the
Tower.
bar,
To the very first place.
but the bar isn't developing a relationship. They're not going up and saying, "Hey, thank
Exactly.
you for coming. This is who I am. I'm going to buy you a drink right now."
But what he was saying at the same time was exactly correct. It's like that same system that makes us drill the way we do. It's just
You just
basically-
figured that out.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what that is.
Absolutely.
Like that was the idea that started the company.
It
Was
is.
oh,
The Cowboy Stadium doesn't put on the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl is at that
Right.
stadium.
Yeah,
That's
because of that, yes.
exactly.
Absolutely.
I see.
Yeah, because every time the Cowboys play, it doesn't mean it's going to be as slam packed as the damn Super Bowl, you know.
Right.
That's a great example.
So it really
Great
just
analogy.
really
Good job.
just depends. I mean, you know, the Hangout does Hangout Fest. You know, they're not slammed with thousands and thousands and thousands of people all the time.
But it's
They're
a good
only
event.
they're slammed because they put a great event together and they had artists come from, you know, that people really want to see, and they paid that money.
Right.
But if the Hangout was just always what it was, I mean, they have other people come in, I'm sure, and help with everything and spend their money and invest and everything, you know, and it's just a great group of guys. You know, Castaways, you know, they have failed so many times, and like I said, their reputation is saying that, hey, no one can pack it out. So obviously without us, they can't pack it out. We're the reason because people know that you know, we take care of our people. You know, we have a good team, and you know, they're a great bar, by the way.
And it's a beautiful venue.
Yeah, it's a
And,
beautiful
great
venue.
manager. We work well with manager Rudy, and shout out to the owner God of the establishment. But at the same time, like we're presenting this public interaction that doesn't happen anymore. Do you ever hear people like talking about how old school promoting meets new school promoting?
I haven't, but I have an example.
Good.
And it's the text message opposed to the letter.
Absolutely. I mean, just like the technological.
That's what it
advances.
is. Like with text messages, everybody's opinion and facial expressions is the same because it's the same font. Like there's no deciphering. But if Travis writes me a handwritten letter, and I know his handwriting,
Right, yeah,
I feel like
absolutely, yeah.
I feel like he's telling me this.
Absolutely, yeah. He's wanting you to be
Like
involved.
exactly, like he's letting me in on something. He's
So
letting
let me
me
ask
see
you
his
this. Let me ask you
handwriting.
this
That's
as
a
a
very
part of our
intimate
company.
thing.
Let me ask you this as a part of our company when it comes to intimacy with your crowd and whatnot,
Absolutely.
and involvement, and I agree with that completely, 100%. That's why we do a shout out to our supporters and promoters. What would you rather see? A partnered business that helped out an actual establishment that like kind of put out flyers in the front of their service, whether you go to get your taxes done and you get a triple tower flyer, right? What do you think works more effectively? The fact that people are spreading the word of mouth and the actual hype, or that there's a partner business that has some flyers out in the front? And
The first one for sure.
right, and that's where we are in differential when it comes from everybody else in this area. I mean, everybody else in this area, we're not downing, but we have our own way of doing things. Triple Tower has a flair, as Jordan Simmons, the CEO, would say. It has a flair. It has a certain ornate value to it that you can't put your finger on. You really can't, and you're either gonna support it or you're not.
Yeah, and it's the same thing, man. I
That's
mean,
all
as far
it
as
is.
music goes, the way our security handles things, you know, the way our promoters get it out there, you know, having go-go dancers and the different amenities that we offer.
Yeah, shout out to Juicy Entertainment.
You know,
for sure.
there's a lot involved with it that other people just don't understand. You can't just, you know, I could go to multiple different bars, but it's not the same experience that I feel on, you know, that what we do. You know, when we throw a party, it's different. We do contests. We have a lot of interaction
We do.
that a lot of people can't do because it's so much for them to be involved. I mean, it's a whole different business in itself to, you know, a nightclub would have to hire a whole different type of department just to run those different things to add that interaction, you know, and we handle all that stuff for them, so, you know, they don't have to do it.
That's a brilliant idea. The whole thing is a very good idea. And I've never met, honestly, two people that on the same page and is driven
Thank you.
as
man.
you guys, honestly. Like, if you're by far in my life, people that I've met, the most two driven people I've ever met.
Nice, thank you.
We're at the top, honestly. Like there's so much organization that you've figured out how to do. That's it's actually I'm having a hard time even comprehending it because I feel like I think we are at the beginning of this kind of like uphill wave that's happening.
Right.
And we're both questioning how all these things are going to get accomplished, and you guys have already are doing it. So it's like,
but
whoa.
we
Well,
tell
thank you,
ourselves
but
that
that's
we tell
fine.
ourselves that all the time, man. Like, what's our next step? But dude, we're really quick on organizing things fast and making things happen. But dude, we question like, hey, dude, what's our next step? What's the next? We just make it happen so fast
Right.
and come
absolutely.
together, and it works, man. Because what we want to be is so big, it's way beyond us.
What we will be.
Yeah.
Not want to be. Like,
Yeah.
what we will be is it's so much bigger. It's a bigger aspect of things. Like, see, like if we can already get on a great webcast with guys like you guys that like believe in the actual vision that we have.
Because we've
and actually-
experienced the feeling, and
It's
we're
the experience.
experiencing that feeling right
It's
now.
funny that we could be a part of that movement that you'll look at.
I was trying to be
20 years from now.
momentum man earlier. I got laughed
But see,
at.
that-
But there's
no,
now
you're
it's
not
being
at-
now it's
now it's
now it's
known.
making sense.
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
now
This
it's
is what I'm
known.
talking about. That
Absolutely.
whoa,
That
something's
initial
happening. Like
momentum
how
to
do
make it happen.
how do I cause that feeling of whoa, something's happening? I can-
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
I would
momentum,
absolutely
man.
love to have 100% momentum in this company all the time. Everyone's just like, dude, there's so much momentum involved that they're just like, dude, I gotta be a part of that.
Right.
I gotta be there, you know,
Yeah, but it's not like we don't have any momentum at all.
because
Like,
we have
just-
to build it. You know, we have to
Yes,
build that.
absolutely. It has to be something that has to be factored in. Is that we have to keep a weekly appearance there. We have to keep our consistency to let people know. Guess what? Triple Tower Entertainment is going nowhere, nowhere. And that's the thing that people need to know, man. Like it's funny to you, but like some people think, oh, you know what? They'll throw a couple parties, but then they can't pay their bills, so then they'll stop.
That's
No.
because they, as a
We're
person,
going
would
nowhere.
stop. They would
Exactly,
stop.
because they and their mindset would stop. And I like the way you put that. Absolutely.
Let's see. Go ahead. Well, that's even why like zombie things are so popular now. Like it's the collective mindset of we're fucked.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why people
That's
are drawn
kinda
to
funny
them, and
that
that's
you
why
said
people
so.
watch them. No, there's like actual documentaries
No,
on
yes,
this of like
absolutely.
that's the collective like conscious thought of like most people think we are doomed, so those type of things come out and are popular. Like,
Right.
there's a whole thought behind that.
Yeah, easier support.
Have you ever thought about getting together with the guys from the Luna Fest and Hangout Fest and trying to work out something together?
You know, we've actually thought about that a lot, and we respect people that have built their way up, and we obviously definitely want to be a part of what they do, but we kind of want to make our own way. We have our own, basically, like I said earlier, we have our own flair. We have something to add to the equation that most people can't buy. You know, there's things that money can't buy, and that's one of them. Is basically the ornate thing that we bring to the whole entertainment crowd.
Do you ever feel like it's a competition?
I do and I don't. I mean, that means you're in two different places and you're both throwing an event at the same time. That's labeled as competition, but to us here at Triple Tower Entertainment, we actually support our locals. We support everyone around us, and we thank people actually for coming out, whether it's 2 or 200. We're gonna throw down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if there's 50 people in the room. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people in the room. We're gonna make sure they have a great experience.
Or
And they
5,000.
tell their friends that, dude, they threw the fuck down. There wasn't that many people, but I had a blast. You know, so it's always gonna be that, man. We're always gonna make sure that it's just the greatest, the greatest.
Well, yeah, like even though there's not going to be a surplus amount, like when we were talking about you guys earlier, like we were saying that there's a lot of people that say, hey man, is it packed yet? Or hey, is this yet? Like you guys got to think, what about those established venue owners we were talking about earlier that really don't do their promotions? Do you think that people text the owner
Exactly.
of the play,
Absolutely.
hey, is it packed yet? No. They think this ornate thing that we have going on, this fucking specific, unique thing that we have going for our side of the venue, that they think it's just like something normal because, oh, I knew Jordan Simmons, or I knew Rodney Waits, or Martin Waits, or anybody that was a part of this company. They knew who they were before this company. Was no difference. We're just bringing a flair to the entire entertainment industry that lets each and every venue that we partner with know that we're there.
Yeah, like if we're in Atlanta throwing a party, I mean, it's not gonna be that. It's just because we're here that we get the ridicule and stuff from the different people because they know us and they want to judge us, but they are, you know, a lot of those people are the first people to show up, you know, and see that we're really doing something. And we've proved to a lot of people that it's something way bigger than they understand, and then when they get there, they're like, dude, this is badass. Can I have a job?
Right.
You know, so.
And they know it's not about money because, like he said, like they say, hey man, this is an actual environment that I would be interested in, you know? So it's kind of funny that we make believers out of the people that come here half-assed. But at the same time, we always make sure as a company they have a good time and they get very well treated at our venues.
Yeah, even if we're taking a loss, you know.
Absolutely, because we can afford to do that because of the people that come there every other weekend. We don't worry about if the house is packed or not. We just keep consistency and we keep that vision in our minds. Whether we're running and doing work all day with errands and whatnot, we keep that vision in our minds that we will be this, and it will happen. And we guarantee it.
How did you guys get together?
I mean, go ahead.
Should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, sure. All right. Well, me and Jordan, we basically were two guys that kind of just went hearing about like when it comes to bars and whatnot, and we knew our friends, and we had this one bar that we actually both loved to be at, and Jordan Simmons was actually working offshore at the time, and I got introduced to him by Bobby Wade, a friend of mine at the time, and
Shout out to Bobby Wade.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby Wade and Derek Santiago, who was with him, but yeah, those two guys were actually kind of hanging at the bar, and they saw Jordan Simmons, who was this guy making all this money with offshore work, and women knew him, you know, owners knew him, like he was a respected guy in their venue because why? He helped business, aka spent money. We didn't understand that when we were 19, 18. Yeah. But either way, like he basically was respected by.
Why would Chili's let you do that?
You're right, I know. Like, come on. Fridays. Hey guys, Fridays, guys. But no, like really, like we developed the relationship, and then the guys I was talking about.
I'm pretty sure that Rodney would always be there, and he was dating one of the bartenders there, and I'd always buy beer and take like 3 drinks, and I'd always give him my beer. Like we didn't even have like realistic conversations. It was like, hey dude, what's up, man? I dap him up every single time, and I'm pretty sure I gave him a beer every single time.
Actually, I literally probably drink, as much as I sound like a vagrant here on your podcast, but I probably drank about 15 half beers every single time I was in Cabanas because Jordan Simmons was in town.
That happens though with free beer. It's like
Dude,
there's no.
It was free beer.
The counter gets
Simmons
turned.
flair to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Triple Tower brings some fun events, but I'm saying that like this guy came up to me and we were always interested in each other's ideas and conversations, and you could tell he was hungry. He was ready for something, and he told me about Triple Tower Entertainment over the web one day, and it was over actually Facebook Messenger, the thing you guys are actually all scared of. Jordan actually came up to me and he was like, hey man, like you have all these great ideas, I would love for you to start this company with me. And I was just, you know, overwhelmed, and I had this entrepreneur mindset for a long time, but I had gone through a lot of things earlier in my life that made me feel a little misconstrued when it came to the whole entrepreneurialism, or discouraged. But when I met him, he kind of showed me the vision. And, we started doing Triple Tower Entertainment, and we brought it to the part when we said in the first part of the webcast that we basically just showed up and we showed out, and we got all the people there, and now we have a business together.
Well, there it is, guys. Facebook Messenger will lead to big opportunities. You never know who has a good opportunity for you.
Absolutely. Find the guy at the bar that gives everybody a free shot.
I imagine your guys' like phone frequency picked up too, because Travis and I bounce ideas off each other all day, every day.
Oh man, this guy's been annoying me before.
Like non-stop.
Dude,
like I'll text him with crazy shit
Yeah,
all
but
hours of the day.
He calls me because I'm a call guy, and I don't really like texting.
It depends on the time. Depends on the hour of the day.
Yeah,
if I know he's in bed or I'm in bed, I'm
15
like
minutes, you know. So
maybe 30 if we weren't exaggerating, but yeah.
I wish there was a history list of the ideas I've sent him over the past 3 years. That would be fucking hilarious.
You'd be locked up.
It would be an amazing. It would be an amazing.
On top of like,
I don't know where it would be.
Where would we be?
Nonsense.
Did y'all capitalize? Did y'all actually go for those ideas? Or were
this
those ideas?
this is the first one that was like, okay, stop talking about it and make it real. Let's materialize this. This was the first one, and there's been thousands. I would say thousands. It's probably a safe answer from all over the place. Crazy ideas from both sides.
There's plenty of what I found is there's plenty of ideas that every ordinary people will think of every single day that would be great ideas to put into play, but it's how you would put them into play that discourage people, and it just falls by the wayside.
You never know, man. Like, you know, I've learned a lot of things, man. You know, with this, like, I really believe really strongly in the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
You stay positive, and you have a vision, and you keep thinking about like what's it gonna be like in the future, and you just keep thinking and you think about that vision, it'll come into fruition about what's gonna happen with your life. It'll eventually happen. Because it's supposed to happen. As long as it's in your mind, it's gonna come together. And the steps will open up, and you just have to take that risk and just keep going after it. As much as you fail, just keep going after them. Eventually you will succeed, and you'll be sitting in your dream house. That you thought about having, and you finally have it.
Why Triple Tower?
Man, honestly, the whole thing, man, coming up with names was like the hardest thing for a business of all
It
time.
was your idea, your vision, your dream.
Yeah, and it was actually a girl on Facebook. I said 3 Tower Entertainment, and she said triple, and then my mind went a million miles an hour. But when she said that word, it took it to the next level.
Jordan's a big idealist.
And when I think about it, man, we want to own like 3 huge skyscrapers, like right next to each other. They could be all over the world, or there could be just 3.
Each apartment, absolutely.
Yeah, they're just, the top floor could be the executive parts, and then the rest could be other businesses. It doesn't matter. We own 3 skyscrapers, being one of the biggest entertainment industry companies in the world. So that's part of the vision, man. We're 3 steps higher. There's a big future in this. I mean, we're going. We have a silent partner. Rodney's brother Taylor.
Absolutely.
He's getting into a bunch of different future stuff. We talked about doing robotics and game app design and other types of game design, just things that are really like futuristic that you wouldn't even like understand.
Right. Like the funny thing about it, guys, is like when you think about the name Triple Tower Entertainment, which you picked so well, is that the funny thing is we're going to be getting into all types of entertainment. Anything you can think of. Birthday parties, bachelor parties, festivals, race, like anything. Like anything.
Charity events, fundraisers,
absolutely.
Corporate events.
All those things. It's such a huge conglomerate association.
But that's just the entertainment side.
Right.
That's just Triple Tower Entertainment. But like I said, Triple Tower Airlines, Triple Tower Mobile, if we do it. Triple Tower Gyms, Triple Tower Fitness, Triple Tower.
Do you guys have a time frame set for any of these
That's
ideas?
the same thing I was wondering.
Honestly,
we have a list of how we're going to
yes.
do them, but not necessarily a time. We'd like to get it in a certain amount of time, and we'll probably set deadlines, but that's really hard to understand, because the whole entertainment side of this is ginormous, and once it starts making money, we hire other people to take care of a lot of things, then we'll get into building those other ones, but there's a lot that's coming with this that's a lot bigger than ourselves. It's going to take a lot of work and many years, but,
As far as if I was going to get, like if I wanted you guys to throw me a bachelor party,
absolutely.
is that a possibility at this moment right now?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
We can do it all right now.
Okay.
If someone wants us to throw a huge festival for them right now, we can do it.
Right. And that would be included with a lot of things in your package. Like the basic entertainment package that we provide is a little different than most. We provide our Triple Tower Entertainment security. We provide our Triple Tower Entertainment catering. We provide everything that comes underneath.
Transportation?
Absolutely.
DJ,
we're going to be doing Triple Tower Transit, actually.
That's what
we're going to have every aspect that
It's
you
such
want to cover.
it's a great business model.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's endless.
No, it really is.
The
It is.
possibility is endless.
It is. It's an endless model.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Have you thought about, since Uber's a big thing in other cities rather than Pensacola, have y'all thought about trying anything with that as far as are y'all familiar with Uber at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, not at all. I actually was going to put the mic away and actually ask you about it.
Okay. Uber is an app where if I need a ride from the airport, instead of paying $50 for a taxi cab ride, that I can get on the app, and Dennis, who's just a guy with a car, can come and pick me up, and I'll pay him $30, and he'll take me wherever I need to go.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's big out west. I
Really
used it this summer.
Okay. Now, how long has this app been around? Because we should have got some kind of hearsay about it, and we would have actually utilized it in our entertainment company. But how long has it been around?
I'm gonna say 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Yeah, we absolutely.
It's not in Pensacola.
It's not in Pensacola yet, but it's.
Well, it could be.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Here. We're introducing an idea.
Yeah.
All 4 of us here should do it. We should bring it.
It's a brilliant idea. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Right.
And what's cool about it, some people bring their own, I'll say flair. We've been using that word all night.
Drivers.
But like you can have the cooler car you have, the more people are gonna add you as a potential driver. So if you're pulling up in a Ferrari, people, oh, I'll pay $30 to get a ride in a Ferrari, so that guy will buy a
I'll
Ferrari.
take an old school GTO.
Well, that's my point. The more unique car you have, the more people are gonna want to pay you to ride in it.
Taking that, yeah.
So instead of having just a plain car, have like a Dodge Charger. You know what I'm saying? Like have something different, so people will want. So it's endless, even from the driver's standpoint. It's endless money.
Right, providing an standpoint. I understand.
Because you could build your own. You could instead of drive the car, own 5 badass cars,
Right.
and take a chunk out of all those cars. So you could own the cars that the people drive Uber for, and they're all badass cars, like classic car night.
Yeah, it sounds like definitely something we can definitely utilize in this company.
Absolutely.
Dude, there's tons of apps out there, man. Like we heard about a damn app the other day from our promoters called Yik Yak.
Yik Yak. Guys, it's the funniest thing ever. Do you know what it is?
No.
You
No,
what it is?
I don't
Listen,
know what it is.
Guys, like it's the funniest thing ever. Like we heard about this Yik Yak and we were like, people were yakking it, right? Well, I looked at my Facebook and this guy Paul Harmon, I don't know him personally, but shout out to him and what he's doing with the merchandise of the company. But like everything that he was doing, it was funny because he was giving out free Yik Yak socks and free Yik Yak hats and free Yik Yak shirts. And
It's
I was
promotional stuff.
right, yeah, just a promo kind of thing, and I respected his grind. So I kind of talked to him, and I was like, "What is this, man? You've got military on it, you've got college on it, you've got patrons on it. It's an actual growing social site. Like, I mean, it's anything just like Facebook or MySpace or any of the old things we've always used, like Instagram and all that. Like, it's funny that it can grow like that.
Yeah, like okay, I'm gonna read a couple of these.
Okay.
All right,
Couple
this
Yik
is
Yaks.
anonymous.
It's gonna get weird.
It's
Don't worry.
anonymous, and it only uses the area. So since we're in this area right now, we're close to the military base, right? So it's gonna be a lot of military on here, and it's a college thing, but military's on it too because they were in college. Okay. Okay. Did you know that Taco Cat spelled backwards is penis?
Okay, I didn't think it was coming.
Yeah, I mean it didn't even make sense. But,
Taco Cat.
Taco Cat spelled backwards is somehow penis, but someone
Should we
said
get a piece of paper and a pencil? I don't really believe it.
That's
That's
definitely
not
no,
true.
but it's
Honestly,
actually
I don't believe
spelled.
it.
That's
I
not
don't
true.
think I,
Taco Cat.
No, it's not
went too
true.
far in college, but I got an AA. So
Say that again.
That's not.
I think the joke's gonna be making us write it down.
Well, I
It
mean,
doesn't seem.
Oh, God.
well, cat, you gotta think ends
What's-
in T, and
It
penis
does.
doesn't start with a T.
And there's a middle word.
Like this person, I don't always roll a joint, but when I do, it's usually my ankle.
Oh my goodness.
So
You know, that's a
Stupid
little
shit.
corny funny.
That's not bad though.
That is kind of funny, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like
I'd
it's.
love to roll my ankle, if you know what I mean.
So I know it's a dumbed down version of Facebook. I thought
Twitter.
Facebook was a dumbed down
Okay,
version of
like
existence.
This person, I wish you could see a girl's stats like in Madden. Cooking equals 95, head
That's
equals
funny.
84,
That's
and
funny.
loyalty equals 38.
You know, see, that goes back to
That's
when
a
we
funny
were talking
joke.
about sexism.
That's a
It's
funny
very
joke.
sexist.
No, it's not.
What he said was very sexist. He is a very social.
According to that guy's stats, he likes food more than head. By the way, I don't know if anybody else.
No, I'm the same way, man.
I think that's
I'm Puerto
Jewish,
Rican.
actually. I think there's a religion that covers that.
No, I'm Puerto Rican. We're born off food, man. We're born off food. If a girl can cook,
I'm sorry.
like my girl now, man, she can cook like the best chicken Alfredo. And every time she cooks it, I fall in love with her even more. Just anything about food, and that's why I'm chubby as shit right now.
This is the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
It is.
That's what that means.
But that's because you have to go through his stomach to get to his belt buckle, and then
Is that what it means?
I think so.
Or it depends on which way they're coming from. I guess you
But
can just
even
go
on there,
directly to the stomach.
We try our hardest, even on there with it being anonymous. People when we first started were like, hey guys, are y'all on there? Trying to promote. But no, we're just trying to sell our experience, because we're trusted, for that experience.
Right. Absolutely.
So in the future, what is the big for 2015? What is the big main goal, or goals, I should say, that you want to accomplish? I know you talked a little bit earlier about this spring break thing.
Yeah, I mean, really, getting aside from the whole spring break bash that we got coming up with Jessica Canizales, who has been like a playmate and a professional bikini model, we really just want to focus on our Splash Bash. Our Splash Bash is our biggest event of the year. I mean, you can literally ask people around this entire, probably Panhandle, to be honest, because, guys, I started out in Navarre Beach, and I came back here to Pensacola Beach, where I met Jay Simmons. He got me on the Triple Tower Entertainment gang. Shout out to Triple Tower, but really, guys, we can use everybody. I mean, we really can, and we will. So, like in this coming summer, we're going to be using the crowd interaction as well as any other performance act we get that comes with either professional or just musician appreciation wise. We will use it.
Yeah, absolutely. We would just want to know what the people want, man. If you want Jason Aldean, if you want
Tell
Luke
us.
Bryan, if you
Tell
want
us.
Wiz Khalifa, if you
Tell
want
us.
Kevin Gates,
Yes.
Kid Ink, Lil Wayne, you know, we will work our hardest to make it happen for you.
Absolutely.
So
We'll
it's
supply
just
and demand.
you know that we bring what the people want. You know.
Is there any? Does this all have in the same fashion that with the thing we were talking about earlier? With y'all are already starting next week to start doing the local thing.
We are, yes.
So
amateur artists of music.
Is that so that you can have weeded out by then some groups that are popular that have a fan base, build that fan base, and then for Splash Bash?
No, it's actually no pressure. I mean, even though the irony and the fact that Splash Bash is coming up soon, there's no pressure on any of these artists. We just want to get them the exposure that they deserve.
I got you.
Yeah, just you know, they don't get a lot of performances. You know, they have to work. You know, they get to perform at the handlebar. You know, the handlebar is very
We
small.
see the way they work.
You know, we want to put them in a place where we can put, you know, thousands of people or people that perform at the vinyl. You know, they perform for pack houses at the vinyl, but it has a certain capacity.
Right.
Once it hits that capacity, that's going to be the crowd that they perform in front of. No matter, I mean, if it's different, it's going to be different people coming in every time we do a show. But once it's at capacity, you know, more people can come in, so they can't be exposed to those other people. With the venues that we're in, you know, it's a huge number that can fit inside of those different places. You know, at Castaways, I mean, they have the rights to the beach behind the bar. You know, they have an upstairs, downstairs. You know, we put them out on the beach area. You know, we can put 5,000 people out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's a lot of people to, you know, do a performance.
And that's not just based off of our own talent. That's based off of everybody else. And that's why we got to give a shout out to every other venue, especially in the area like mine. Like our house DJ Queasy, special fucking entertainment and directory, is going to be performing with Bone Thugs and Harmony this coming Sunday. I mean, like what we do is basically a conglomerate of everybody just helping each other.
So, could potentially somebody, like, let's just pick Jason Aldean. If potentially you get him to come to Splash Bash.
Yeah.
Potentially, one of these local artists could open for him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what we want to build their following for.
I got you. So that's something that these young artists in here could strive for.
And we'd like to change up the demographic. You know, we want to have everyone together as a family, no matter if you like country, no matter if you like hip-hop, no matter if you like rock music.
Just as long as you like a good time.
You're just having a good time,
You
man.
just want to be there with
Music heals people, you know. When you hear music or you're in an entertainment experience, you know, it really heals people. You know, it makes them happier and they just have a great time, man. You know, people go to the bar because they're either depressed or they just want to have a good time. They're depressed and they want to drink their sorrows away until they don't have to feel it anymore. You know.
But what if there was a sense of entertainment there provided by some special ornate group that was there as a movement, or entrepreneurialism movement? What if they were there? Sit there and make you feel better.
And of course you would go too. Like if there was an event coming up, like what should I do tonight? You'd go. You would go to the place that's going to be the most fun.
You know what's most
like
fun.
yourself. Like where would you go?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would go to our events, you know.
Absolutely.
And
That would be a
I mean,
part of our events.
there's a lot of like promoters out there, you know, and you know they do what they do. They throw their parties or they throw the boxing or whatever. But that's there's island fights. You know, they do the MMA stuff. You know, but I mean they're going to be in MMA forever. We're Triple Tower Entertainment. We're also going to do MMA stuff. We're going to do boxing. We're going to do damn paint parties. We're going to do anything and everything you can imagine we're going to do it. You know, softball tournament, a baseball tournament, you know, anything and everything, we're going to do it.
So at the Splash Bash, is it only going to be music, or is there going to be other things there?
No, there's going to be various performances that are going to be
contests,
on
man. We
Splash
do
absolutely, yeah. We do a lot of things.
During the day is very like family oriented.
Yes.
I mean, we have like tug of war and flip cup and watermelon eating contests and a bunch of fun different things that we add in there. And at night it gets very, very crazy. Like
absolutely. Like pay off your babysitter, come out. Like don't even worry about it. Like everything gets crazy after that time. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Bring the babysitter.
Bring the babysitter if you want because she's off work then and she just makes some bread and makes some more money at the bar. You know what I mean? Like what we do is basically everything that the crowd looks for.
Yeah, I mean if we can do a damn Justin Bieber concert, you know, I'm okay with doing a Justin Bieber concert. A lot of people don't like him, but he sold out Madison Square Gardens in 4 seconds. So obviously he has some followers.
You can't get mad at that.
No.
You never can get mad at money.
No, can't get mad at money, and if people are obsessed with him, we want to bring the person that makes the people happy, and he makes those girls happy, and the little kids and the older girls, my sister's obsessed with him, she probably has this damn poster in her room, so just stuff like that.
You don't have to cover up for this.
Not at all.
I hate Justin Bieber, guy.
When will tickets go on sale for Splash Bash?
It's in 4 months. It's the dates are June 20th to the 21st. So,
Absolutely, but pre-sales start here in the next month and a half. Just be looking for your local entertainment promoters to come around and really give you that opportunity to take advantage of an easier price when it comes to Splash Bash 2K15.
Can they download tickets off of your website?
Yes, they can, but at this time, honestly, it's not live. We have a lot of construction that's going on with our entertainment website because we're going to be providing so many services.
Mm-hmm.
But if you would like, you can definitely contact one of the owners, which is Jordan Simmons, Rodney Waits, and Taylor Waits, for pre-sale tickets and or any of the promoters that work the events.
But I think by 4 months, we're going to have it live. We're going to make sure that that's on there, that we have a link set up that, that you can go buy your tickets, and we'll go around and we'll do street pre-sale tickets, but we're also going to have it live, if you just want to put your credit card in, you can do that as well.
Are there any venues that y'all haven't worked with yet that you want to strive to work with in the future?
We would definitely like to be in Seville, and we've worked into trying to get into Captain Funds, and we now have an opportunity to get into Captain Funds. But we're just
right, and we respect Tom Carmichael and everything he does.
But it's right next to Castaways, so it's not the right time to do it at this time. Because we have a really good relationship with Castaways on what we do, and they're great people. So
yes,
and they bend over backwards for us, and they do everything and anything with their to give us their shirt off their back to make it a great experience for our patrons and stuff. So but I definitely like to be in Seville, and with that being probably one of the top venues in the area, we just to have the feeling to pack that whole entire place out with our whole entire following. If you like country music, whatever, everybody that we're building up to that point can go into that club, and we know that we did it. We reached the top venue that's probably here. It's probably Seville, as far as I've heard.
Right. Is that difficult to know that a place like Seville, that going in there and having to show them results so that you could work with them?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I mean, we're just not focusing on it right now. I mean, we could go in and probably meet with them, show them what we could do, and we might get something, but we're not focused on that right now. We're focused on what we're doing at Castaways and Wild Greg's.
Absolutely, we have 2 special events every single week.
Because Castaways can be just can be the biggest thing,
and it will be.
And Wild Greg's can be like one of the most badass Wednesdays in Pensacola,
Right.
So and with Castaways, dude, they have the rights to the beach. They have the hookah, a VIP lounge that's just beautiful. I mean, their upstairs
Absolutely.
is beyond beautiful. It's something different that no one else has. So
I know when I was in high school, there was always that Monday through Friday. It was something at
Cabanas. It was Cabanas.
on Friday.
You guys remember
Thursday.
Change was a thing for a while.
I think Chance is a thing now.
Like big, like probably
On
5 or
Wednesdays.
6 years ago, it was college on Change. I remember waiting in line to get into that place.
Shit in the woods.
In the woods.
They still do Chance? They still do
It
Chance?
died off.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know
they
who.
do change.
But I mean, it was.
$5 drink and drown, right?
But it used to be huge, like elbow to elbow people.
Okay. I mean,
It was perfect. Like, it was so close to the college.
yeah, and
And
everyone
it was
went there.
and that was the place to go. Like it didn't everybody was at Chan's.
Well, that was the
But
same
the
thing with
reason-
Live. Live was really big,
I don't know if it was a group of like people like yourselves that came through when we were in college and were doing that, and then when they
No.
graduated,
Nothing
they
like
took
us,
that
bro.
movement. But like even Goat Lips,
Yeah.
like that side
No,
of
I
town,
know
that
what you're
used to be like there was something to do over
Key
there.
entertainment, yeah.
But the reason I brought that up is that something that y'all want to have is every day of the week, just have a different bar where it's this, go here, go here.
Well, I mean, see, the biggest thing about our entertainment group that we really want to portray with the whole public and the crowd is that we're not trying to take over venues and give them their slow nights, a big crowd. We're like really trying to entice that Triple Tower flair that we provide to the crowd in the entertainment business to every venue around here. Now, there will be a couple times where venues will contact us and they will ask for that ornate way that we do things. They will ask for that specific, unique thing that we bring to the club that makes most people come together. And that's really what it's about, guys.
As far as the Blue Wahoos or the Civic Center, have y'all thought about doing anything with them?
Absolutely.
We have, yeah.
Slamming it out. We want to, talk about doing a festival at damn Five Flag Speedway.
Interesting.
Just big, huge things that just, 5Ks, stuff like that can be just totally unique. A badass marathon with like special effects. I really enjoy like the color run and stuff like that. That stuff's cool. So just different things like that. We want to get into all those different things.
Right, and also another crucial component to Triple Tower Entertainment's success is the fact that we are going to be getting involved in the community. So everybody out there that could be listening as a viewer or a possible personal supporter of Triple Tower Entertainment, this web show, just know that we will be coming into the community to give back.
Yeah, and
that's very important. That's what people remember and appreciate.
It is actually. It's what makes the company. It's what they appreciate. And obviously, you got to go through it for a couple of years to understand why. It's because of the fact that you're actually involving yourself in what the regular things that people go through, the regular schedules they go through. Like whether we run our business the way we do or not, we want to get involved in the community just to give back.
Do you guys offer any type of internships for people that are wanting to learn what y'all are doing from the inside?
Necessarily with internship wise, no. I mean, everybody that could be a supporter can be a supporter, because a part of an internship is you basically prove your worth to get a job, right, in the future. Well, with us, you can still support us and be a promoter of us, and we will appreciate you in the future. Whether it be a main executive job or not, we will give you some kind of criteria in our company.
But as we are when we become a bigger corporation, when we do, then we will offer that, an internship to people that want to, if you're a marketer or whatever, that you want to do something bigger, an event planner or whatever, you can come have an internship with us, but that's something we can't do at this time, because we're not to that level yet.
But we will be.
Are there any recent upcoming events you want to plug? We got a few minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely, man. First and foremost, guys, I want to thank you for being on the webcast.
It's
been a great audience, and you guys have been a great experience.
It's been a badass time.
Yeah,
it's been
absolutely. Good. We can't even word it another way. A badass time.
Yeah,
Jay Simmons is in the building.
I'm drinking a beer called Lean and Leave Loose.
You can't even pronounce it. And it's not even because of his drunkenness disorder. It's because of the fact that it's really that hard to pronounce.
It's that delicious.
Can you pronounce that, though? Can you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Line and Kugels.
Line and
Kugels with a K.
Kegels, I think. You need to do them after you drink it.
Line and Kugels.
There you go.
Thank you. I can't pronounce it. But yes, if we had to have a couple dates that you guys would want to take your broadcast to remember, would definitely be Splash Bash. It will be the 19th through the 21st and or the 20th through the 21st, whether we decide if we want to do Friday or not. Yes, in June. And then also we're going to have our spring break in about 3 weeks on March 21st.
March 21st, and then every Saturday night we do our College Throwdown, but we're going to be changing it to Triple Tower Throwdown because we want to put our brand on it more, so.
Well, and we want to attract all types of different crowds. We want to thank everybody, not only just the 32-woman beautiful divorcee, but also the gorgeous 19-year-old college girl and the strut-looking 23-year-old guy who's in the military who's been serving for the past 3 blah blah blahs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We invite and entice all different crowds.
And then even our Wednesdays, it's Buck Wild Wednesdays at Wild Greg's. We're in a building process right now of building that up. So and it's going to become better. I mean, we haven't with that we've been working on it. The weather hasn't been where we want it to be, but I mean we've still been putting some people in there. So as it warms up, it's going to be the time to do it. So I just want to thank y'all for putting this on the air, guys. I mean we had a great time.
We had a great time. We got to discuss a lot of things that were really important to us, and thank you guys again.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Sub-Zero.
Triple Tower Sub-Zero.
Get over here.
Triple Tower Entertainment Facebook.
Yep, Triple Tower Entertainment is our Facebook. It's the Triple Tower is together, and then we have Mr. Triple Tower is our Instagram. We have Triple Tower Entertainment Twitter. Everything, follow us on social media. We're doing some big things. Our website's tripletowerent.com. We're working on it right now. You can go to it, but it says under construction. But you can see how big where we're taking it. I mean, you can go to the site and see, but I mean, it's got some under construction stuff. So I just want to thank y'all guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Check us out Monday night, 7 o'clock.
O'Reilly's, be
O'Reilly's
there.
downtown.
So, guys, we'll be there.
Thanks.
Later.